At the 2025 Calhoun County High School Football Media Day, Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Jacksonville competes in 5A Region 6. The head coach of the Eagles is Jeremy Sullivan. Today, Coach Sullivan has brought with him senior center Ben Pridgeon, senior defensive back Xavier Moore. Coach Sullivan, we'll start with your opening comments.
Yes, sir. We're happy to be here. Appreciate y'all having us. This is a great event. Of course, this is my first time here. This is my first year at Jacksonville. Spent the last 8 years at Boaz, and been a lot of places around the state before that. It's kind of like coming back home for me. I played at JSU, coached at JSU late 90s all the way to 2008. So I'm very familiar with the area and a lot of the people in the area. So it's been a lot of familiarity. It's been kind of different taking a new job where you kind of feel like you're going home. But I've met a lot of people with a lot of JSU ties. I feel like our players have responded well to having a new staff, new coaches coming in. They've done a great job there for the last few years. They've been a good football team. Coach Smith and those guys have done a good job, won a lot of football games. So it's kind of different for me too, taking over a place that had been real successful and just trying to keep it going and build on what they had accomplished. But I think our players are buying into what we're trying to get them to do. They're hardworking kids. They're a lot of fun to be around. I've really enjoyed my time there so far, getting to know those players and the people in the community and the people at the school, and already felt like we built some really strong relationships there that have been very enjoyable to make. We're looking forward to getting the season started and seeing where we can get as a football team.
Question.
Got a question right here, Coach. You alluded to it briefly about coming into a program with a pretty good history over the last decade. If you take over a program that's been down, there's no way to go but up. But with a city and a school system like Jacksonville, the good thing about having success is you've already got that community support. You've got that facility that's super nice there in Jacksonville. So it's nothing that you have to build toward. Talk about how the community has kind of embraced you and how it feels to be in Jacksonville, Alabama.
It's great to be there. I'm happy to be there. I've really enjoyed it so far. We did a fundraiser almost as soon as I got there. We were able to raise $10,000. Just through community people that supported our kids. We've had, I've met everybody. It seems like from the mayor to the city council to the school board, and all of them have offered their support and helped us. Kind of with the transition, trying to get everything going. The school system has just been great. Our superintendent, Dr. Barber, is just a phenomenal guy to work with. Talk about the facilities. When I left today, they were putting up a new scoreboard, video board and stuff. When I left today, they're definitely committed to making it as good as it can be, and I've just really enjoyed my first few months there. And of course, everybody likes me because we hadn't lost a game yet, so that's always good. So we're trying to build them relationships while we're still undefeated and see how far we can ride that.
With that being said, Xavier, Ben, how much has it been to buy in to Coach and the system and what his system he wants to run? How good has that been, or how challenging has that been? As he's come in, he's going to be different. And what's he done to help you? How good has it been, Ben?
Obviously, coming in, we've had the same coaches for a while, so there's been growing pains, but I think all the coaches have done a good job about making it clear what they expect from us. And I feel like as a team, we've been good at trying to meet those expectations.
Going along as a band, it was kind of hard coming in. It was hard coming in for the coach. It was hard on us because it was something new. Our previous coaches, they were good. It was just with Coach Sullivan coming in, it was just something new. But we picked up on it fast, and we're doing good. And I like it.
Go back here.
To Ben and Xavier, what did you all learn first year in 5A, and what do you think you can improve on this year? And then Jeremy, but to get the program to where it was really successful in 4A, and then to get it to where you can get into those top 2 spots in that 5A region. What's it going to take?
I just say that 4A, 5A, I feel like that's a big difference. Like maybe in other classifications, going 3A, 4A might not change much, but I feel like 4A to 5A is a big jump. But bigger, stronger, faster teams. And I just feel like from last year we kind of just had to work more in the off season to try to catch up to them almost. We got to get bigger, we had to get stronger, we had to get faster because it wasn't just a guarantee to make the playoffs. We had to fight. So I feel like that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, same thing. Last year, we came into 5A, not really knowing a lot, but us playing on this past season and getting film on these guys, it's definitely going to improve us for the upcoming season to come. So yes.
Just as far as the part for me, we just have to keep working to improve. The only way to get better that I know is through hard work and doing what you're supposed to do. And there's not a whole lot of different. You don't really have a whole lot of different choices to make. So our kids have just got to keep working. We've got to be consistent. We got to make sure that we're putting our players, in a position where they can utilize all their talents and make plays. And that's our job as coaches. We're in a really tough region. We're gonna have to definitely do everything that we can on our end from a scheme-wise perspective and from the players. In the off season, all areas have got to be working to develop our players to their maximum potential. And I think if we get there, then we'll have a chance to compete with them.
Coach Sullivan, who are your assistants this year, and what are their responsibilities going to be?
All right, so I hope I don't leave anybody out. So my offensive coordinator is Ben Stewart. He was the head coach at Southside of Gaston last year. He was offensive coordinator at Oxford before that with Coach Adams. Alfonso Freeney is my assistant head coach. He's coaching running backs. He's helping on special teams. He's got a lot of different responsibilities. He's a guy that I recruited out of high school when I was at Jacksonville State. He was the head coach at Sachs last year. Ahmad Duramus will be coaching quarterbacks. He was the quarterbacks coach at Oxford last year. Played at Gaston City, played at Tuskegee. Taylor Hayes will be the defensive backs coach, and he's also the head baseball coach. Taylor, of course, played at Piedmont, was a great player there. Defensive coordinator is a guy named Brian Owens, who was already on the staff when I got there. Coach Owens also does our strength and conditioning stuff. He does a great job with that. Lamus McCombs will be coaching outside linebackers. He was a guy that was already on staff when I got there. And then Greg Axley will be coaching defensive line. He was another guy that was already on staff when I got there. So that's I think all our varsity coaches. That's right. Make sure I didn't leave anybody out.
Coach Sullivan, first, welcome to Calhoun County. Glad to have you here. Can you talk about what went into your thought process about leaving Boaz and going to Jacksonville? I mean, it's kind of puzzling because you had a pretty good thing going at Boaz. I mean, you had a really good year, and you come into Jacksonville, graduation's kind of hit that hard. Got a lot of good players still, but you got a region where good football teams will not make the playoffs. I mean, it's tough dirt. So talk a little bit about the process you went through in making the decision to come here.
First time I came to Jacksonville was in 1998 as a player. Nobody wanted me as a player. Said I wasn't good enough, wasn't whatever. 4 years later, I was All-American. I love a challenge. I love facing new challenges. I felt like the time at Boaz, as good as it had been, had kind of come to an end, and I had probably took it as far as I could take it. It was time for somebody else to take it and run with it. I felt like we were pretty squared away as a program, and it was time for me to find a new challenge. And so that was the biggest draw to me, and then the success they've had, and the location, and a lot of different things. But that was probably the biggest draw to me, was the challenge of, going somewhere else. And I think this is probably the last one I got in me, but doing it one more time where we kind of started over and tried to make something, tried to improve something.
We got a question right here. This is for Xavier. As a defensive back, when you're breaking down or watching film on your next opponent and you see they throw the ball all over the field, does that give you a little bit of extra energy in practice, knowing that you got an opportunity to not only play good defense, but you may have, a better game? And that's what defensive backs want, right?
Yeah, so that fills me up a lot, especially coming into the league, because teams that we play 5A in our region, they most likely like to run the ball a lot. But, whenever I see them throw the ball or a team like that to throw the ball, it fills me up and I'm excited. So, yes.
Ben, this question is for you. Being a senior, you've seen a lot of ball over the years. What excites you the most about this season?
I just say that as a senior, this is our team, so it's exciting to be able to step into more of a leadership role, but also just to go out there one more time with my guys and just see if we can get a little bit further than we did last year.
Joe?
So being both of your head coaches at Jacksonville are former offensive linemen. What do you feel like you've learned from playing under them? And then Jeremy, what do you see in him as the guy that's going to lead your offensive line?
Yes, sir. I've already learned a lot. We've only been doing this for a couple months. We're just now putting pads on, but I just feel like they both have great mindsets when it comes to technique, and it's like I said earlier, we know what's expected of them whenever we go out there. There's no gray area or anything like that. So when they tell us to get something done, they're really good at explaining how to get that done and explaining why it needs to be done the way it is.
Ben is a super, super smart kid. He's always in the right spot. He's tough. He's very coachable. He's a leader of our line. He kind of keeps everybody else going in the right direction. He's been just a lot of fun to work with over these past few months. I wish I had more time with him. He's Coach Ogle was at Jacksonville a few years ago and told me about him before I even got there, and he was exactly right. He's a really fun player to coach.
Coach, you mentioned this could be the last one. What drives you? What still motivates you to coach? It's a lot of work, a lot of time.
I used to just almost completely be driven by wins and losses, and I thought that was really all that really mattered. And in the last, I don't know exactly when that transition happened for me, but it's become a lot more for me about changing kids' lives and making a positive impact on them for the future. Some of the best wins I've had over the last few years are seeing former players and, people that I was associated with that have gone on to be successful, and knowing that, maybe I played a small part in that. And, I hope one day, running these guys, 5-10 years from now, and they'll be making a lot of money and, having a family and being a great father and a great dad, and, seeing kids develop into that from, 7th grade, being with them the whole time and seeing them develop in that has just been, that has really become the best part of coaching for me. Don't get me wrong, I want to win worse than anybody. I hate losing. I used to think I love winning. I think I just hate losing. But I have really, as I get older, that has really become, more of my focus than the football is past that, and what I can do to help them get to their next step.
One final question, Coach, and then you can finish up with any comments that you'd like to make. The continuity of the team, you coming in, do you feel the spirit? Do you feel something good happening as you walk in the door and you got all these players that have played well together? Does that make you excited about what you're into now and the ability to move it forward?
Absolutely. The kids have just worked extremely hard for us since we got there. And really, as a coach, all you can ask is for your kids to do what you ask them to do and work hard as they can work. And I really feel like that our players have done that. We got a great core group that it's just a lot of fun to come in and coach them every day. They're talented kids, but they're great to be around. Great personalities, just great people. And I have really enjoyed getting to know them and being around them over these few months. I look forward to, facing the season with them and the challenges of the season, the ups and the downs, and hopefully we can find a way to have a few more ups and downs. I appreciate y'all having us. It's been this is a great event. I really look forward to the season, to my first year at Jacksonville, to getting to see our kids grow and get better as the season goes along. And I really hope that by the end of the season, we're as good of a football team as we can be. That's my personal goal every year. And as going into a season, is for us to be the best football team we can be, whatever that is for that team that year. And that's what I want to happen. And then these guys will probably tell you sometimes in practice when I don't feel like we're trying to get that done with the right urgency, that frustrates me. And so, I really want to push our guys and do everything we can to get to being the very best that this Jacksonville team can be.
The Jacksonville Golden Eagles, everybody.